Okay, we're going to go ahead and start by doing example 1 and 2, just to play around with these square roots a little bit. So, on example 1, letter A. Okay, take a look at this before you start. Think about what this means right here. And what number times itself would be 49? Okay, and what we're going to be looking for here in this one is whatever we come up with there, and you should be thinking 7 here. We're going to be doing the opposite of that. That's what this tells you to do. We're going to do the square root first, which is 7, but we're thinking still that we're going to do the opposite of that. That's what that means. So the opposite of that square root is -7. Okay. Now, and let's just kind of let this go for right now. Yeah, think about just what is the square root of 49. Usually we think of this as 7. Square root of 0, this is an important one to know. The square root of 0, the number times itself that equals 0 is 0, and that's not going to be a negative. And then this is a symbol right here that we're going to have to get used to, and that means plus or minus. So really, by writing this symbol right here, we're really talking about two different numbers. So when we think about this, we're thinking about what number times itself equals 81? Well, it's 9. But what we're looking for, and this is how it is written, we're looking for +9 or -9, positive or -9. So it can be written like this, and this is a good thing to practice here. Plus or minus 9. Even though it looks like one number, we're really writing two numbers right here. We're writing positive and -9. Okay, and then finally here, they're going to give you a radical expression. Radical, in this case, doesn't really mean that it's that awesome. It just basically means it's using this radical symbol right there. So they're using b squared minus 4ac. Now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of think of this all being together under this radical symbol. So we're going to solve this, then we'll do the square root of that. Okay, here's what they tell us. They tell us that that in this case, b is 8. So right where the b squared is, we need to write 8 squared. Then it says minus 4ac. Now a is -7, and c is -1. Here's what's important here. By the way, this b squared minus 4ac is not just made up. It's going to come back actually later in this chapter. But what's really important is that you follow order of operations and really watch negatives. So think about what 8 squared is. We got to do that first. So that's 64. And then it says minus. Now, you got the minus sign there, so let's just worry about 4 times -7 times -1. 4 times -7 is -28, and then times -1 is positive 28. Okay? Now that comes to 36. When you do 64 minus 28, that comes to 36. Just to get you in the correct frame of mind here, this may not be on the homework, but normally we think of the answer as being 6, because 6 times 6 is 36. But if you want to jump ahead and just start thinking ahead, what we're going to be looking at is this could actually be two numbers. It could be +6, but it also could be a -6. So people either write this as 6, -6, or a more acceptable way to write this is ±6. Now go ahead and look at the checkpoints. Okay, go ahead and try 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the checkpoints. Pause the video, and then I'll show the answers. And here are the answers. Here we've got a ±1. Here we have 11 for number 2, but if you wrote ±11, that's okay too. Number 3, that's going to be the opposite of what this is, so it's -3. And then this is 4. You could have written ±12. Go ahead and try now number 5 and 6 and pause the video. Okay, and then for this one, you should be getting 10 for number 5 and 7 for number 6.